Good afternoon, Chairperson.
Afternoon, my brother. How are you? Comrade?
We heard that Harvest House has been blocked up by Honorable Douglas.
I've actually also read it in the papers, in the Zanu-PF mouthpiece here out on the front page today, that the headquarters have been taken over by Douglas Monzora. But as you can see, I'm just actually leaving my office. I've been in the office. The party remains safe. The properties also remain safe. I was in the office since morning. As you can see, Douglas Monzora and whoever is propagating that news, they are liars. And they are actually proving beyond any reasonable doubt that they are actually addicted to lying and they are allergic to being honest and being truthful. This is why Douglas Monzora has also chosen to move out of the political party MDC Alliance, simply because we're a truth-telling party, we believe in the truth and we believe in honesty. But he cannot exist and survive in a political party like that. This is why he has chosen to take another route, which is more to do with Zanu-PF and its apparatus. But as MDC Alliance, we remain safe under the able leadership of Advocate Nelson Chamisa as our party president. We went for Congress in May 2019. We have our properties and they remain safe. We are happy to be working from our offices and no threat has happened so far to the offices. Yes, the HQ. Those who are watching, they know the offices. This is where we are coming out from. Nothing has changed, nothing has happened. The offices remain safe in the capable hands of MDC Alliance.
After the Supreme Court judgment, what is the way forward, especially to the young people in the MDC?
The way forward remains clear. The way forward is that we are going to pursue the Agenda 2020 that we have. As you might also recall, in January, on the 21st of January 2020, our president addressed the nation and set out what we call the Agenda 2020, where we are saying we have 5 critical issues that we need to be dealing with in the year 2020. What happened in the Supreme Court judgment, it has nothing to do with us. I've said it before and I'll say it again right here, that it is inconsequential with regards to the operational framework of our political party. MDC Alliance is not Coupe. MDC Alliance is not Douglas Monzora. What Douglas Monzora and Committee have done, they've chosen to exercise their democratic right of disassociating and associating. So they've chosen to disassociate with MDC Alliance and they've chosen to associate with the Zanu-PF and its extinction in the name MDCT or whatever they call it. But we in the democratic movement MDC Alliance, we remain clear on the vision and the direction that was set out by our president in January. And you know that our focus is going to be saying, fight number 1, we are fighting this year for a people's government. This as a background. You know that when we went for elections in 2018, our president, Advocate Nelson Chamisa, the popular choice, the people's president, won the elections against the unpopular Emerson Mnangagwa, who remains illegitimate even to date. So what is happening right now in Zimbabwe, operating in an environment where we have an anomaly, where a loser became the person who wants to remain in power. So that is our first target. We are fighting for a people's government. That is our fight number 1. I'm just doing this so that you understand the direction that we are going to take. This has no reason whatsoever to deter us. We remain clear on our vision. And you know that a fight number 2, we are fighting for the people's livelihood and dignity. And as if our president was prophetic, look, things are happening in so many ways, in a bad shape. We don't have a proper healthcare system. Right now we are under the threat, we are under the menace of COVID-19. As a country, we are not prepared. This is why we are saying as MDC Alliance, part of our focus is also going to be fighting for proper livelihood and dignity of the people, where people can access proper healthcare, where people can access education, where people can also access food in their houses. And fight number 3, we are basically fighting against corruption. So I'm telling you this so that you know where our focus is as a party. We are not going to focus on things that do not concern our party as MDC Alliance. Whatever that happened at the courts, it has nothing to do with us. But what has everything to do with us, this is what I'm saying. So fight number 3, as you might know, is fight against corruption. We are going to fight against corruption. Because remember that the challenges of Zimbabwe, they might want to lie that the challenges are emanating from sanctions. But the biggest sanction in Zimbabwe is corruption. Zimbabwe is one of the richest countries. We are richly endowed with natural resources. But where the problem is now is the conversion of the natural resources into financial resources that then can support the survival of people in Zimbabwe. Because there is corruption. So there is high bleeding of the economy because we have people in power who do not want and who do not care about leading in the interest of the people. So our fight number 3 is going to be fight against corruption. And of course, fight number 4 is going to be the fight for human rights freedoms, and of course the security of the person. And you know that in 2020, especially when it began the year, there was a serious crisis. There were issues to do with the Machete gang, which Zanu-PF wanted to call them Mashurugis, but they are not Mashurugis. In fact, they are Munangagbas. They are being sent by the brutal regime of Mnangagwa to terrorize the people of Zimbabwe. That is another challenge we are facing, and this has threatened the security of every Zimbabwean. This has also threatened the security of political activists. So we are saying never again shall it happen in Zimbabwe to have people living in fear, being afraid of their own country. We need to change that status quo, and this is going to be part of the fight that we are going to pursue in 2020. And of course, the last fight, which is fight number 5, is the fight for constitution and constitutionalism. Let me tell you the irony of this story. When Robert Mugabe was in power before he was disposed by his young brother Mnangagwa, who has of course perfected the art of oppression since he took over from Mugabe, he amended the constitution of Zimbabwe 19 times. 19 times, so the 40 years that was in power. But now look at this man called Mnangagwa, this illegitimate guy by the name Emerson. Ever since he has got into power illegitimately so, he is now attempting to amend the people's constitution 27 times. What kind of stupidity is that? So we are saying as a party, we will not allow that. Because only if you allow Mnangagwa to mutilate the constitution to such an extent, who knows, maybe in 5 years this country will be governed by Mnangagwa's paisley. So those things need to be addressed before they get worse. So as a party, this is our focus. Not to focus on these silly issues of compromised judgments, a compromised judiciary system. It's none of our business. We are not MDCT, we are MDC Alliance, and we went for a Congress. We have a leadership that we believe in. It's a leadership that we are going to work with, that we are going to allow to set the vision up until the next Congress, which is in 2024. And I would also want to categorically state it right now, that even beyond 2024, as the Youth Assembly, we are not going to be ambiguous. We are clear that the president is also going to lead us beyond 2024. So the president of the MDC Alliance Party is Advocate Nelson Chamisa, now up until 2024, and in 2024 up until the next Congress. That is the clear position of the Youth Assembly.
In the event that your colleagues in the MDCT try to lock our office or try to take over office from MDC Alliance, what will happen, especially during this period of lockdown?
Let me tell you, my brother, if they attempt and if they fool themselves that they can do such a thing of taking over this revolutionary building, the revolution in us will be unleashed. We will cease to focus on them at a legal level, or rather we will cease also to focus at them at a technical level. It will become a political issue, and the political issues are settled politically. We are ready for them physically, mentally, biologically, and otherwise as the young people of this great movement. We will not allow anyone. Let me tell you right here, we will never allow the devil to snatch the Bible and take over the temple, whilst we attend triple. That will never happen in our lifetime. This building, this revolutionary building, belongs to MDC Alliance, led by Advocate Nelson Chamisa, where I happen to be the youth chairperson, where my brother Denford happened to be the secretary of Harare province. And blessed we are because he is here. And this revolutionary house is also located in the province that he leads. So we are clear that we will not allow anyone to come and try us. If they want to try us, we will not hesitate to be tried. But where we are tried, the trial will not end well.
Okay, comrade, in this era of youth leader, Obey, in this era of COVID-19, what are you telling your youths to do, and what are you advising them to do in order to stop the spreading of COVID-19?
Oh, of course, we as a country that loves the people, like what I told you earlier on, we are a political party that wants to lead the people of Zimbabwe. So we need them to remain alive. We've been advising our fellow comrades to remain safe, to stay at home wherever possible, because I know that also it's a tricky issue for Zimbabweans to stay home for longer periods, because most of them have become traders in the informal sector. So from time to time they might be tempted to get out. But I say, in the most possible way, everyone must stay at home, but also consider washing your hands timeously, so that we do not spread this menacing and life-threatening virus of COVID-19. It is important for everyone to take those precautionary measures, because after this era of COVID, we still need to remain alive. Zimbabwe still needs us. Nation building is an agenda that needs not to die, especially at this tender age. So we need to remain safe so that we can contribute positively even after COVID-19. Every Zimbabwean must remain safe. We have better battles to focus on towards after this war era of COVID. Zimbabweans must be alive to enjoy, of course, the sweetness of the fruits of democracy, because we are going to lead this country called Zimbabwe. So we need everyone also to live and be a living testimony of a better, new and brighter Zimbabwe under the able leadership of Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Saka vanhu ngavarambe vari vapenyu nokuti Zimbabwe inovada kuti vadye uchi munyika yeZimbabwe inotungamirwa navachamisa.
Thanks a lot, Honorable.
Thank you, mwana wamai wangu.